Hi everyone, it has been a really long time since I have made a video, but I am gearing up for Ali Edwards' Week in the Life project, which I'm sure many of you are as well. And I wanted to come on for a little bit today and show you a little bit of how I've got my album set up and what my formula is going to be for 2023. So right off the bat, I am actually using the 6x8 chipboard album that has the Remember This phrase on it. This is from Ali's Story Play collection that came out earlier this year. And it has been a long time. It's been since 2018 that I did a black and white album, and it just felt like it was time. I did the 10x8 last year, which I'm hoping to record a walkthrough of to share maybe like next week during Week in the Life, because I haven't actually done a walkthrough of it after I finished it, and I just didn't want to do 10x8 again. I kind of wanted to come back to the 6x8 size. So I'm super excited to be working in this album, and I think it'll look great on the shelf with all my others that I have like right here off screen that I'm looking at, which is so fun. So 6x8, let's dive in. So that has meant that I've needed to adapt some of the products that came in the main kit. I'm working in the main kit and then a couple of extra add-ons as well. I think a couple of add-ons. So I started out with that big, this was a 10x8 vellum page, cut it down to 7x8.25. This is like just using this as my title page. So then I've got a vellum tag that came in the main kit, adhered on with the Week in the Life chipboard and the 2023 chipboard. Starting out with a big family photo. This is from a couple of weeks ago when we were at the beach for my birthday, and fell in love with both Ali and Morgan Beale's use of the plastic circles here. And so I went ahead and used that same idea. And so what I did for mine, instead of stamping on them, was just use stickers. So these white puffies are from Ellie Studio, as are the hearts. And then the little number stickers that have our ages on them are from the, they're from like Ali Edwards. They're just the little like number sticker sheets. And then I have a Week in the Life of Us, a little perforated word strip, phrase strip down here. That's gold embossed. Pretty typical way for how I start off my albums. And then on the back, I've gone with a full page photo of some daffodils that I took a couple of weeks ago on one of my walks. And inside or on the front here, I've cut down a 3x4 pocket, plastic, like sheet protector, page protector pocket. Similar to what Ali did in her Ireland album from the travel class a few years ago. Maybe that was 2020, I think. And then created this little insert. So this is it's all in the details. This is from the Friends story kit. It's a plastic 3x4 tag. And then I used a piece of vellum underneath to kind of dull so it would, the words behind it wouldn't show through as much, which helped. And then I did my reason why stamped on here, or typed on here. And so that's sort of a little bit about like where we are in life right now and why I'm taking on this project again. So love that. And then I'm planning to do probably a photo here that'll be cut down. I've got some measurements here for what that ended up being. And inside is that 10x8 highlights page. And so I've just folded it here along the crease, which is, it's less than 7, right? You can see my dividers are cut down to 7 inches. It's less than that, but I wanted it to score right on the line there. So I'm fine with that. And so my plan for in here, I think, is to stamp out a word of the day that sort of summarizes each day for that. So that'll be fun. And then on the back will be another full-size photo, probably. And then we get into sort of my formulas for each day. So I'm actually using, these were the 10x8 page protectors that came in last year's collection. the 2022 collection, and I ordered them at some point midway through the year on sale, and I loved them so much, so I was like, I'll just get another set of them and I'll use them at some point in some project. And so I wasn't as big a fan of this year's dividers, so I made my own from last year's. So I cut them down and was able to use that other piece for something else, which I'll show you in a minute, but cut them down to 7 by 8. And then my plan for each day is to layer one of the vellum tags, the day of the week chipboard tag, which I've used a Carrie Bradford stamp set called the Double Digits, to stamp the date in each one, and then one of the plastic circles sort of all stapled or stitched in place together. I stapled these, but when I went back, because I did this before I did my title page or my opening page, so I may go back and stitch them, or stitch them for the days going forward. We'll see. And then I'm going to have a full page photo here, but inside the page protector. And then on the back, I'm going to do my long form journaling for the day. And so each day I have a story lens picked out that I'm going to do, and I'm going to use in 2020, it was, in the prep party, Allie had created these sheets that had the title at the top and then 2 columns where she stamped out numbers 1 through 5 and 6 through 10, and then just had snippet journaling, sort of in a small paragraph. So that's what I'm going to do here for each of my story lenses. So photo, journaling. This is one place that I used the leftover piece of that transparency divider, is to adhere it to the back of my chipboard, the 3x8 chipboard inserts. And so I love the way that turned out and created the little window on the front with the day of the week. I love the consistency that that's creating throughout my album. Here I've done Stories of Gratitude stamped at the bottom, which is from the Gratitude story stamp. And I'm going to do journaling on clear sticker paper. Since this is more of a coated cardstock, it's difficult to write on without using a slick writer. And so I'm probably going to do, depending on the length of my journaling, I'll probably do sticker paper and just adhere it here. So each day we'll have a gratitude piece. And then here on the back, what I'm thinking, I like to take a sort of weather picture outside of our window every day. I've done that for the last few years, at least the previous 2 years, Week in the Life. And so I want to do that again. So this is probably where my weather picture will go every day. And then this page, I'm not quite sure about this one. I keep going back and forth between 2 4x6s stacked on top of each other. Right now I'm using the 3x4 and 4x6 divided page protector, but this may change. In here, I've got another piece of that transparency. So again, I like creating, I think I want to spread this out. So as I'm sitting here talking about this, I think I want to move it back. Because these are all kind of close together. I want to spread it out more throughout the day. So that might answer my question right there. But then I took the 4x6 journaling cards that came in the kit. And I also have the digitals. So I went into Photoshop and pulled the same ING words, just copied this section and duplicated it and pasted it over here. And what I'm going to do, my plan for these cards is to have my husband and I fill them out every day. So each of us will do the ING words, probably in handwriting, because that'll be easier. But yeah, I just sort of duplicated the font, and it's a little bit different, right? The digital is a little bit more printed, a little bit thicker in terms of the actual type font. But I think it looks fine. I'm not worried about it. So that'll be in for each day. And then photos on the back here. And then here, what I plan to do, I wanted to accommodate this in a way that distributed the bulk in my album a little bit, rather than just adhering it in here. That's going to get the center of my album, which is already the thickest part of my album, bulkier. So I had the idea, I was looking at either Kelly Ishmael or Allie had posted a photo in the blog maybe of a double page photo. So this would be outside the page protector, it would be 14 by 8.25, cut down the center and then holes punched on both sides. And then putting the card, the 4x4 pockets somewhere on that to sort of bring the bulk to the outside of my album, which will help in the grand scheme of things, because that's something I'm just always thinking about, is how to distribute the bulk so that the album's not, sitting on my shelf like a clamshell. I thought of using it in the pocket the same way it looks like Allie is going to, like in the 4x4 pocket. I have these citrus twist pockets here. We'll talk about in a minute, but I just didn't like the way the card came out of it. And I don't know, it just didn't feel like it was working for me. So what I'm thinking is that, and I just have this here as a reminder and a holding place for this in my formula, but I want to do a full page. Actually, this will probably be one of the templates. I think the digital templates are going to come out today for Week in the Life. I'm filming this on Friday, the 21st. So I think they're supposed to be released today, the layered templates. So this will probably be a layered template of some sort, full-size photo in the middle, and then on the back, full-size photo, sort of double page photo with the folder or the pocket. And then on the back, either another template or probably just a full-size photo, because I'm not going to have so many photos that I think I need 2 templates, but we'll see. We'll see what the templates look like. So after that, then will be this 4x4 pocket insert. So this is 2 4x4 pockets stacked up. And this is a like 4x8 page protector. It fits in the Citrus Twist Life Crafted albums, the smaller ones, the like Traveler's Notebook size ones. So I had these in my stash already. So this is where I'm going to be storing my 4x4 card. And what I did for that is use some stamps from like food collection stamp sets that I have. And so I will include a small photo every day of what I'm eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And so then on the back, this will probably all just be photos. Then I currently have this 3x4 pocket page in here. So it's 4 3x4s. One of those, I'm going to keep this because I want to use the chipboard days or numbers in here. And I have them like, again, to redistribute the bulk or balance the bulk. I have them moving each day. So like the first one is here, number 2 will be here, number 3, number 4, and then we start over again. Again, to sort of distribute the bulk throughout the album. And then the rest will probably be photos or screenshots or maybe another journaling card if there's something that needs some additional context. And then I'm finishing out with the craft grid page that came as an add-on. And so my goal here is to capture details of daily life. I've got some post-it reminders for myself. So I've created these little pieces for the middle of each side. I loved Allie's like ephemera thing that she made for the prep party, but we don't get that much stuff in our house, honestly, like of the paper variety. So like doing ephemera every day is not going to work for me. I may do one day of sort of found goods around the house that would work well in this format. But I didn't want to limit myself to that because I know it would be a struggle. So each day I will have a different theme. Like I'm thinking things like what's in my bag or parts of my morning routine or things we use every day in the kitchen, those kinds of things. And so I will stamp out a title here for like what category it is, I guess, or the theme, and then include photos just of details. So these are going to be really close-up detail shots of things, maybe some flat lay pieces as well. And then on the back will probably be a full page photo to close out the day. And then we start all over again. Let me just stick these back here so I don't lose them. And then we start over. So we've got some of the pieces in place for Tuesday. Not really. I just really wanted to have Monday worked out. in my album, but everything is kind of in here that I have prepped so far. You know, all of my journaling cards are ready to go. All the stamping for titles that I know of already has been done. So I've done quite a bit of prep work. I'm feeling really good about where it is. Love this photo of us. Yeah, I feel really good about the start of this album, and I am super looking forward to documenting next week. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed by that, as I do every year going into it, just because I know the amount of work it takes throughout the week to document. But it is always so worth it. And I'm so glad this will be, I started this project in 2017. So this will be my 7th year. Is that right? Yeah, this will be my 7th year doing this project. So yeah, I'm excited to embark on this project. If you are playing along next week and documenting your week, have the most fun. And I'm hoping maybe on Monday to sort of share what my story lenses are going to be for the week and sort of what I'm thinking about that. I want to finalize those this weekend and get that ready to go. I may also share a little bit on Instagram talking about how I'm setting myself up for success with my journaling. But that'll be better to sort of show on my phone since I'm using the Day One app. But yeah, so this is how I'm prepped. This is ready to go time. And Monday we'll start documenting. So happy week in the life. Have a great weekend finishing up your prep pieces and have a lot of fun while you're documenting next week. Take care.